For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q 100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities.
Want to catch up on the sports headlines and newsmakers of the week? Then catch Final Score on CBC TV8, Fridays at 8:30 p.m. and repeated Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Get in on the conversation on 228-5562 as we talk to the analysts and professionals in sports across Barbados. Fridays at 8:30 p.m. and repeated Tuesdays at 2 p.m. right here on CBC TV8.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Good morning.
Wakey, wakey! Weekdays 5 to 9 a.m. Black Crow Supreme is waking you up.
What's going up?
Wake up. It's the breakfast party. It's the breakfast party with Black Crow Supreme on 98.1 to 1.
This is the CBC Morning Report for today, Wednesday, September 20th. Good morning, I'm Tisha Hines. We do apologize for the late start. We have been experiencing some technical challenges. In our top story this morning, plans have been drawn up by government to deal with derelict and abandoned properties in Barbados. This has been revealed by Minister of Housing and Lands, Dwight Sutherland, speaking during the Technical Vocational Education and Training Council's annual Construction and Design Conference, now on at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre. Mr. Sutherland outlined part of the plan.
It is recognized that there are currently many derelict, vacant and abandoned properties spread across the country, which offer the opportunity to be brought back into the housing stock and already have the necessary infrastructure in place. It means we have the services in place: water, electricity, and roads. The 2010 Population and Housing Census had reported that there were some 15,237 unoccupied houses throughout the island. Unoccupied houses throughout the island, including some dereliction. Plans are therefore currently on the way for the development of a pilot project to identify where these derelict and abandoned properties are located and to have them rehabilitated and brought back into use for housing purposes. And again, this is not just talk. The Cabinet has approved a special purpose vehicle to be formed that will address this project, separated from the consolidated fund, because we intend to utilize private persons, and government, of course, will be a shareholder in this SPV.
Minister Sutherland is assuring the public that the project will not disenfranchise legitimate homeowners. He also spoke to the contribution made by the TVET Council in administering the Construction Gateway Training Initiative and highlighted another major undertaking by the TVET Council as well.
Have been made aware that TVET Council is also involved in another construction-related project, this time at a regional level. As part of the Caribbean Association of National Training Authorities, the TVET Council, in collaboration with the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, what we call SEDEMA, and the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality, who we call CROSSQ, will be contributing to the process of updating and delivering training in the Code of Practice for Construction of Houses. It is anticipated that this code of practice will shortly be endorsed by the Cabinet of Barbados for adoption at the national level. TVET Council, give yourself another warm round of applause, please. Mr. Chairman and Mr. Eastman, you are doing a very good job. An instructional manual for foremen and experienced artisans will be developed as part of the process and accompanied by a Caribbean vocational qualification, what we call the CVQ, and associated training materials based on this code of practice. I welcome this news, as any efforts designed to improve standards for construction and design industry can only redound to the benefit of Barbados and the wider Caribbean. It is clear that TVET Council, as the government agency responsible for coordinating the national technical and vocational education and training system, has a mammoth task on its hands. However, it is equally clear that every effort is being made to rise to the task.
Dramatically increased waiting times at the Accident and Emergency Department has prompted Queen Elizabeth Hospital officials to appeal to Barbadians seeking treatment for non-life-threatening issues to use other medical facilities. According to communications specialist Shane Seeley, the hospital has recorded an increase in patient inflows at A&E, which has severely hampered its capacity to efficiently respond to demands in a timely manner.
Been a significant increase in patient flow into the department over the past 2 weeks, especially within the last 48 hours, which has impacted the average waiting time for patients. Management is responding to the surge. Currently, about 50 patients are awaiting treatment, and the increasing numbers of people seeking care have placed severe strain on the AED's capacity to meet patients' demands in a timely manner. We are at this time advising members of the public that if your medical complaint is not life-threatening, there are options other than AED where you can receive the appropriate treatment.
Cecilia is advising people to use nearby polyclinics, as you heard in the last clip, or the 24-hour Winston Scott facility at Gemmett's Lane for after-hour care. He says life-threatening injuries within the A&E emergency triage system will continue to be given priority.
These include patients who, for example, have a life, limb, or sight-threatening complaints, gunshot wounds, heart attacks, active seizure activity, or a patient who needs resuscitation. Other individuals who present to accident and emergency at this time will experience extended waiting times until this situation is rectified. We'll continue to keep the public abreast of the situation in the Accident and Emergency Department.
Coming up on the CBC Morning Report, the heat is hitting farmers in Grenada in the pocket.
Are you a youth group, 4-H club, school, Cub Scout or Brownie Pack, or any organization or club with children ages 4 to 11 years? If yes is the answer, then we at Fun School, we're looking for you. Let's have fun singing, dancing, listening to amazing stories, doing craft, and so much more. I'm such a kid at heart. But to be part of this fun and exciting new season of Fun School, just simply send an email to Alicia Alves Grant at aa.grant@cbc.bb for further details. Fun School is back, and we're looking for you. For the past 19 years, QFM has been sharing with you, learning from you, and together building a community for all mature audiences. That's why we say Q is good for you. To our Q family, we say thank you for staying connected to Q100.7 FM. QFM is a station of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. CBC, celebrating 60, connecting Barbadian communities.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to
Farmers in Grenada are at the losing end as they're suffering losses due to the ongoing heat wave impacting the Caribbean. The country has been advised, as we hear from this MTV News report, that climate-smart agriculture practices must be applied to curb loss of agricultural produce.
Climate Smart Agriculture Coordinator at the Climate Smart and Rural Enterprise Project, or CIEP, Kenley Edwards, confirms reports that farmers are losing their produce due to the prolonged heat wave affecting Grenada and the rest of the Caribbean. Speaking to MTV News on Friday, Edwards says the current weather conditions does not bode well for farmers.
So with this prolonged, if I may say, heat wave, which is unprecedented, not only in Grenada but throughout the Caribbean, farmers are losing a lot of their crops because the plants basically are under extreme stress. If you do not have the means in terms of having sufficient water to help irrigate your plants, you will find situations where your plants are dying. So right now farmers are under a lot of stress in terms of losing their produce. Their income will be affected because their livelihood will be affected.
According to Edwards, there has been intermittent rainfall over the last few months, and whenever there is rain, it is under extreme weather conditions.
Periods where you should be getting rain, you get sun. Periods where you should be getting sun, you get rain. And we know that farmers would have planted in June. I think the last heavy downpour of rain would have had just about 2 weeks ago, and a lot of farmers would have lost their produce because that rain came, if I may say, unexpected. Not just the timing of the rain, but the quantity of the rain that fell and the velocity of the rain. So right now, farming becomes even more challenging, and through CIEP, through our program, we would have initiated certain interventions to assist farmers.
He says CIEP continues to facilitate training sessions with farmers on climate-smart agricultural practices to reduce the impact of climate change on their produce.
So earlier this year, we would have done some joint management training, which actually give farmers information as to how to farm in a drier period of time. So this would have included a theoretical session on the use of mulch. And here the mulch we're speaking of is using organic matter to help maintain the moisture in the soil.
Fisherfolk in the Bahamas say poaching has been ignored for too long and they're fed up. Many say bread is being taken out of their mouths by the age-old problem. Our news has that story.
Captain McCartney from Eleuthera says it's hard as poachers strip the waters of premium seafood.
It's taking bread out of our mouths because look what they have to do right now. I got to sell count. I can't go out there and go find a lobster. They taking all the stuff and carrying that stuff away, man. The other people for little and nothing. And we can't make bread in our mouth for us Bahamians.
Many of these poachers, McCartney says, operate around the southern islands.
They way down, they did it be off Ragged and then Bermuda down on the chains, almost close to where they live. They just come across and step in our waters, get what they get, and go back to their waters.
It's been well documented that poachers consist of different nationalities, one of which are Dominicans, with Defense Force officers often encountering them in Bahamian waters. While this fisherman is against illegal poaching, he says those foreigners that are employed on Bahamian-owned vessels contribute to the industry.
We as a country, we need foreigners to build. Right? So they want to be built. If they get rid of all the Dominicans, they don't look at this. If we get rid of all the Dominicans, all the fishermen, then the fishing industry can drop.
Now the Royal Bahamas Defense Force has beefed up its efforts in recent years, patrolling waters to safeguard against poaching. Despite this, fishermen's cries remains the same.
We can put stipulation on it, I agree. You know, limit the amount of the foreigners on these boats. And I'm begging the government, my Bahamian government, right now as I speak, put a stop to that now. But it could get terrible. I suppose I go get my license gun on. If they come on me, I can shoot the I might today.
It's time to preview what's coming up at 6:30 on Morning Barbados. We'll be having our weekly discussion with the Human Resources Management Association of Barbados. Plus, we're telling you all about what the HCQC Alumni Association will be doing in the coming weeks. The Barbados Police Service and will be having a heritage concert along with the Codrington Trust. So Kevin Farmer will be along to talk about that. Plus, some relaxation with Bamboo Retreat. And in a packed day, we're also going to be telling you about the International Conference on Strengthening Values Education. That's all coming up at 6:30. But next, we have more news, sports, and weather. Stay with us. Three more COVID-19 related deaths have been recorded in Barbados, bringing the country's death toll to 633. This according to the Ministry of Health and Wellness Barbados COVID-19 situation report for September 2nd to 15. There were also 113 new COVID-19 cases recorded during the period out of the 496 tests conducted. As of September 15th, 7 people were hospitalized. Barbados could stand to benefit from the implementation of a higher tax rate for some multinational businesses. The suggestion from Minister of Energy and Business, Senator Lisa Cummins. The rollout of the global minimum tax would require multinational firms making 750 million euros in sales globally to pay a minimum tax rate of 15%. Currently, these businesses pay at most 5.5%. Senator Cummins suggests it would not only result in an increase in tax revenue, but also create the potential for attracting new businesses with similar environmental, social, and governance or ESG philosophies.
One of the areas that we have identified as a priority to attract new business to Barbados, whether 15% or any fraction thereof, is in the area of ESG, because that aligns immediately with Barbados's global advocacy. So that allows us then to attract new business into country, to set up domicile here. It creates new jobs. And this sector is unique because you have a lot of entities that may come offshore and so on, and they come and they set up and they're hiring at the bottom of the scale, lowest income jobs, and you don't have a lot of highly skilled professionals. This sector is the opposite. This sector has a blend of highly skilled professionals and persons who are, top to bottom.
Senator Cummins was speaking during the launch of Global Business Week, slated for October 22nd to 28th. She also disclosed government has engaged the services of international consultants from Paris and Brussels to determine when the global minimum tax should be implemented locally. According to her, decisions have been made on what is best for Barbados, as some countries are planning to implement in 2024 and others in 2025.
Companies, for example, that have their global headquarters here, and they have the largest number of employees right here in Barbados that they have anywhere in the world. Why is that? Education, skills, capacity, level of professionalism, and the thing that we take for granted, that this is Barbados. And people genuinely love living and working in Barbados. But that competitive set is what we as a government are working on now. That business facilitation piece is what we're working on now, disaggregating it and putting it back together into a single package that becomes the thing that markets Barbados with or without a tax rate, or with a tax rate that has been globalized.
Declaring the proposed child protection bill is unacceptable in its present form, a sociologist has called for it to be revised. Dr. Veronica Eveling, in dissecting the bill before a joint select committee, queried if it was homegrown or influenced from international partners. She expressed her displeasure with the lack of clarity, telling the committee, which included the Minister of People Empowerment Kirk Humphrey, the language of the bill is worrisome. To support her point, she highlighted court cases in other jurisdictions. She says it's critical to safeguarding the future of Barbados as a new republic.
The one in Western Australia, the one in Canada, where these very words and phrases, the best interest of the child, people saw it as different things. And that is the problem that we are going to have to face. The best interest of the child can be one thing if I think that there is such a thing as sexual orientation, and quite the opposite. So even though this is a child protection bill, we know that protection on one side of the fence is actually seen as abuse. Care is seen as cruelty. Harm is seen as health. Do you understand the kind of problem that we're putting Barbados in?
Acting Chief Parliamentary Counsel Sean Bell doesn't subscribe to the notion the child protection bill is not child-focused.
In full understanding of the purpose, you would have to take into account the fact that it is to ensure the compliance with United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and all other instruments to which Barbados is a party, and that is very important, a party. Then there are other parts of it that are stated. Then you have to read in, promote the welfare of a child, provide the care and protection for a child, and notice that care and protection is further articulated in 5. And then finally, protect a child from abuse and neglect.
Independent Senator Dr. Charleston Brathwaite says he's convinced while the bill takes into consideration international context and obligations, it is focused on seeking to do the best for the people and children of Barbados.
International standards are important. They give context, they give relevance, and they bring best practices to the table that may be relevant to the development of our legal systems. So the international context is important. But let me go back and say that this is a bill that focuses on the future of the children of Barbados and the relationship between the children, the parent, the home, the teachers, the society, the community, and how we treat with this important resource, which is our future.
In sports, government and the Barbados Football Association have formed a partnership through the National Peace Program to use football as a tool to combat violence on the island. The BFA and NPP officially launched the football program at the Wildy Turf yesterday as a pilot to create several small hubs in all 11 parishes across the island. The BFA's technical director and former national player Emerson Boyce says it's all part of a plan to develop the sport and involve more youth.
We believe there's many more players out there that can represent Barbados. So this is another part of the hubs regarding development. But more importantly, we found it going to be important to be able to have the kids off the streets and be part of the football program. So what a great chance to showcase their talent As I said, the hubs will not just about football, it's also about life skills. And I feel football has a body to be able to produce some of these life skills and be influential in the future of some of the kids growing up.
Project manager Armani Best believes the program will provide social change for at-risk youth. The initiative is geared toward potential footballers under the age of 16 with dreams and aspirations of pursuing football as a career. As part of the launch, members of the Barbados Under-14 girls national football team enjoyed a five-a-side exhibition match to showcase how the hubs will work.
This is a significant step toward creating a safer and more prosperous future for young people. As we all know, physical activities are good for our physical, mental, and social well-being. As I envision it, and I'm sure that all involved share the same sentiments, the main hub at the Barbados Community College and the satellite hubs in Deacons, Passage Road, Eden Lodge, and Burdens Hill will change the trajectory for several young people, tooling them with life skills such as public speaking, entrepreneurship, CV writing, nutrition sessions, emotional intelligence, and on top of that, having a career hub consultant.
We do apologize. There's no weather today, and that's the morning report. Our next newscast is Newsday at 12 noon on TV8, followed by The World at 1 on our radio network of stations on 100.7 FM, 98.1 The One, and 94.7 FM. Morning Barbados is next.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning indeed. Welcome to another presentation of Morning Barbados. Great to have you on this Wednesday, September 20th. I'm Tisha Hines. I'll be here with you until 8 o'clock this morning. And boy, do we have a show planned for you. But we want to start by letting you know that on September 20th, 1974, the Barbados Workers Union Labor College at Mangrove St. Philip was officially opened. How about that? So on August 23rd of the previous year, to signal the start of construction, then Minister of Education Erskine Sandiford laid the stone, which was blessed by Canon Harold Tudor. Actual construction began on October 15th, 1973. And according to its mission statement, this residential educational arm of the Barbados Workers Union was established to promote workers' education for the improvement of the quality of life for all members. And they still are going today. So the BWU Labor College from the Unionists, we're going to share that with you. And of course, we are going to say a special good morning to the Barbados Workers Union Labor College, everybody involved, all of the teachers who are there, the people who help it to run, an anniversary, a big anniversary being celebrated today. We got this image from the BWU Labor College, the Unionists, Volume 6, Number 3, Compliments of the BWU. So thanks so much to the Barbados Museum and Historical Society as well. That information is shared from them. So the time is quickly going by, and usually we hear about school reunions, one or the other, but not necessarily together. But now we have two schools, and they've teamed up to put together an association, and they are putting on some fantastic events coming up pretty soon that you absolutely want to hear about. So if you went to school at Queen's College or Harrison College, or if you're a student there, then of course they want to make sure they connect with you. Let's say a special good morning to Kathy Daniel, the representative from the Queen's College Association, and Shara Graham, the rep from the Old Harrisonian Association, who are sharing with us this morning about the HCQC Alumni Network Night of the Stars Award Ceremony and Gala. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right, wonderful to have you ladies with us. Talk to me first of all. I'm going to start with you, Ms. Daniel, about the connection. Why did you decide to bring the two associations together, not only for this initiative, but to put on events going forward, starting, I think, back in 2021?
Oh, the connection between Harrison College and Queen's College goes back way further than that. As far as I know, the original Queen's College campus was located where the Ministry of Education is right now, which is on Constitution Road. And that, of course, is almost shouting distance away from Harrison College. So the two schools used to exchange classes, and there's a very strong connection between them going back several decades and maybe centuries. I'm just a little ashamed to say I don't know the history that well. But we decided to work together because of those close ties. There are lots of Harrison College, Queen's College connections. My husband went to Harrison College, so, and we're not the only pair like that.
All right, so connections run deeper than just the shouting distance with the school. I wouldn't suggest
definitely.
there was probably shouting going on there. So, Miss Graham, talk to us. So, talk to us, Miss Graham, about what you have planned coming forward. I know you did a ceremony under the patronage of the then Governor General back in 2021. And I think that is what signaled to the rest of Barbados that you were indeed working together. But you do have some projects coming up that are of interest to everyone involved.
Yes, definitely. So we have our CQC Night of the Stars on October the 21st, which will be at Elaro Court. And it's also a celebration of Harrison College's 290th anniversary. So it's an award ceremony where we will be honoring alumni from both schools. We'll also have a Spirit Award, which we will be awarding just somebody who we believe embodies the criteria for that award. There will also be live entertainment, and we're looking forward to that. In addition, we also have a clash. So we will have performers from both Harrison College and Queen's College clashing at Copacabana on October the 15th. And tickets for both events are currently on sale at ticketpal.com. You can also get further information by sending us an email at hcqcevents@gmail.com. So this is just an invitation to everybody to come and support us in our ventures. We would love to see everybody, I'm sure there are like many alumni who probably have not seen each other in a long time, and especially with those 2 to 3 years, I would say, of COVID. And, it's just a great opportunity for all of us to come together and celebrate one another for a really great cause.
All right. So I just want to step back a little bit to talk about the actual award ceremony, because then there's room for nominations to be done. So let's talk a little bit about how people can be nominated.
Well, the nominations actually closed on, I think it was the end of August 31st. But I'm sure we will have a fantastic range of awardees, because we have different categories: business and financial services, education, which includes teaching, administration or research, law, medicine and health services, media and creative arts, performing arts, and so forth. There's even an emerging leader award, which is a someone 40 or under who's an outstanding alumnus of either of the schools, who has achieved acclaim in a still evolving career or endeavor in any of the previous fields. Some of our 2021 awardees would include Sir Kenneth Hewitt, Dame Billy Miller, Dr. Cardinal Ward, Sir Courtney Blackman, Dame Elsie Payne, Sir Erskine Sandiford, Harold Hoyt, Janice Millington. They're getting my names mixed up. And of course, more recently, we have Dr. Juliet Daniel, Mr. Obadele Thompson, OLY, In sports, of course, Dr. Alan Emptage in science and technology, and our very own QC alumni, the Honorable Mia Amor Motley, and the I think, I'm not sure of the correct title here, but our president, Dame Sandra Mason. Both of them attended Queen's College.
All right, so excellent. So the nominations have closed. You have all of these categories that are up. We certainly look forward to all of those alumnus that will be awarded. So let's talk now about this clash. I saw a bit of a smirk when we started talking about the clash. So let's talk a little bit about the clash of the musical giants, so to speak.
Well, as you can imagine, in the entertainment, in performing arts, it's always going to be fun and games when people go head to head. So, we're looking forward to seeing who can come out to Copacabana on that night. It's going to be a fantastic level of entertainment. And we don't have all of the people confirmed as yet, unfortunately, but we're getting there. And I would tell anybody, Harrison College, Queen's College or not, just come out. You're going to have some fantastic entertainment, because look at who these two schools have produced in the past. And I have to admit, I have a bit of a soft spot for the creative industry in Barbados. As a creative myself, I love to see when people can get out there and celebrate and show off their talent. And heaven knows we have a ton of that.
Absolutely. So, Ms. Graham, I know that you were about to talk about the fact that this is all in a fundraising effort. There's something more behind it as well. So tell us more.
Yes, so the funds from the events will be going towards building a robotic lab at Harrison College, as well as a food lab, and also to assist QC with the upgrade of their science labs and other infrastructure that needs to occur at the school. So we want everybody to come out and have a great time. It's going to be a wonderful event, as Kathy just now alluded to, and also is for a great cause, because as the alumni from both schools, we want to, just ensure that we can do our best in raising funds to really provide for the current students and for future generations to come.
Now, I know that you said you don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'm told Marve is going to be there. I know that he is an old Harrisonian. So we can think of a few other people. So like you said, lots to come out for. Now, tickets go on sale this week. The first batch will be $80, I'm told, October 6th, by October 6th. And then after that, they're going to go up a little bit more. So talk to us about all of why people should come out. I'm going to start with you, Ms. Graham, for you to appeal to your former schoolmates and, as you said, people through the years as to why they should come out. Of course, you are celebrating a mammoth celebration this time around, dating back many, many years. And for QC, I'm sure that they have a lot to be grateful for as well. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to appeal to the old Harrisonian society.
Yes, so we are also celebrating 290 years of Harrison College being in existence. So it is a significant year for us as well. And I just want to reiterate, we have so much talent coming out of both schools. I'm sure for those who have ever attended the Mosaic concert, which is usually held in the first quarter of the year, you definitely can appreciate the talent that comes out of Harrison College alone. So I'm sure you can only imagine what Queen's College has in store as well. And as I say, they're both going to be fantastic events. And the cause is to help raise funds so that we can help provide the necessary tools for our current students and future generations to come. So tickets, once again, go on sale this week. They can be purchased via ticketpal.com. You can also send an email to us, hcqcevents@gmail.com, if you have any queries or any other bits of information that you would like to get. And yeah, just come out and let's have a great time. We would love to see you there.
All right, Miss Danielle, for you, and initially the QC girls, but now QC boys too.
And I was blessed to be among the cohort in sixth form when the first male students came into Queen's College. And let me tell you, it was quite a thing.
I can imagine.
But I dug into my notes, so we have confirmed for the clash. We have from Harrison College, Rupi, Marve, Ria Lane. So you know what's going to happen there, right? And then on the QC side, we have Natalie, Mikey, Quan, and Mr. Dale.
Excellent.
So it's going to be hot.
It certainly sounds that way. So all that's left for you to do is go and purchase your tickets online through ticketpal.com, and tickets are also available at A&B Music Supplies as well. This most certainly won't be the last you're going to hear about it, for a very worthy cause. It's for you to come out and reconnect with alumni, network with your alumni across the decades, of course. Have fun, enjoy the rivalry between the two schools, and celebrate the outgoing principals as well, which I think is very important. You know, it's interesting when you juxtapose the two, the first female principal at Harrison College going out and the first male principal at Queen's College going out. So definitely lots to celebrate between the two schools.
Yes, and Miss Wade, Miss Juanita Wade, she did a stint as, I think she was deputy principal, but she was definitely at Queen's College at one point as well. So there's a lot of, there's a strong connection there.
All right, excellent, good stuff. So make sure you grab your tickets. You definitely don't want to miss it. Thompson Entertainment is definitely a part of it, but to be able to build a food lab and to move forward the STEAM project, the entire concept of STEAM in the schools is very important as well, to the legacy, but also to new students who are coming into the institutions. So thank you both for coming in and sharing. I hope this won't be the last time we hear from you, because these events are coming up in October. Give us the exact dates.
So the Clash is on Clash is on October the 15th at Copacabana, and Night of the Stars is October the 21st at Elaro Court.
All right, excellent. Make sure you save those dates and come on out and celebrate the 290th Harrison College anniversary, as well as meet up with all of the, I don't want to say old, but old friends from the past that you probably haven't seen for a while. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming through and sharing with us.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a break here and come on back on Morning Barbados. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Over the past few weeks, you've been hearing us talk a lot about values education and telling you a whole lot more about what will be coming up in a matter of weeks in October. As a matter of fact, there's a conference coming to Barbados on strengthening values education. So if you've not heard about it, what is it exactly, and how can it be integrated into Barbadian society at all levels so we all benefit. This morning we have joining us Dr. Margaret Taplin. She is a representative of the China and Australia region, but she is a lecturer and researcher in teacher education and also a member of the International Education Committee of the Sathya Sai Education. And Dr. John Johnson, who's based in the U.S., and he's Director of Research and Development for the University of South Dakota Center for Disabilities Special Education. So good morning and welcome to Morning Barbados.
Morning. Good morning, Teshia, and good morning to all of your early morning visitors, viewers.
Absolutely. Good to have you with us. Now, let's start at the very beginning. I know that you've both done a lot of writing and research on it, but for those people who don't know, I'm going to start with you, Dr. Taplin, especially as we look at different regions of the world. How important or how effective is values education?
Well, the focus of our presentation in the conference is specifically on how important and how valuable it is for teachers, because I think we all agree that while teachers are, and indeed other caring professionals like healthcare workers and social workers and the like, are by nature giving and caring people, but we expect so much of them these days that they too need nurturing. And one of the things that we've found over the years of working with teachers, particularly in Australia and in Asia, is that when they work with education in human values, they tell us that they begin to feel happier and more fulfilled both personally and professionally. They find that they have better relationships with their students, with their colleagues, and even with their family members. They tell us that focusing on the human values helps them to reconnect to the reasons why they became teachers or other caring things in the first place. And through practicing the education in human values with their students, they learn to practice ways that they can experience for themselves a sense of inner calmness, a sense of inner peace, which they're able to reconnect to when they find themselves in stressful situations. And they tell us that they learn how to put their hearts back into teaching. And in the presentation, we plan to share some tools for doing this.
Well, that absolutely
and
is
I'm
important.
sure that Dr. Johnson has a lot to add to that. Yeah,
absolutely. So let's defer now to Dr. Johnson, because what I found important in the title of the joint presentation is that you really start by saying that teachers are people too, which is important to take into consideration in any presentation. Dr. Johnson.
I have to echo what Dr. Taplin is saying. One of the areas of research that is very clear is that teachers get into the business of teaching kids because first and foremost, from a value perspective, they themselves have very clear sense of what their values are, how they want to work with children, what they believe children need to learn, and all of those are value referenced. The other thing that we sometimes forget, I think, is that every aspect of education is value driven, regardless of whether it's standardized content or whether it's the values of social interaction or those kinds of things. We teach mathematics because mathematics is a value. We teach science and history because of how we value those particular perspectives. Those, regardless of how you get into education, you cannot avoid the construct of values in education. The problem we have right now is that if you really look at standards, and I did a a content analysis of, for example, teaching standards in the state of California, is that there's very little reference to values in the content standards. So teachers get into the business of wanting to teach and work with kids with a value orientation, and what they're exposed to is what really amounts to is a transactional approach to education rather than a transformational approach. So this conference is intended to focus in on how we can kind of look at really the idea of how do you transform kids into becoming value driven while at the same time acquiring the skills that they need to be successful in life. So the other aspect, I just want to mention that I also have been involved with teacher preparation for over 25 years. And the more I got into teaching and training teachers, the more I really realized that when they resonated within the value of the course content that they were learning, they were able to more directly work with kids. So the bottom line, in my opinion, and this goes along with my experience working with teachers in classrooms and with kids, is that a path to a child's mind is through their heart, not through their head. You get to their heart, they want to connect with the teacher. Then when they want to connect with the teacher, they'll just do about anything. They'll learn about anything. And that's the value of education.
Absolutely. So in going back to you, Dr. Taplin, I know that based on the implementation in the various areas, Australia and in parts of Asia, and then of course, then speaking with Dr. Johnson about various areas that would have been implemented in the U.S., there must have been a lot of research to support exactly what you're talking about. But let's share with everyone what you expect teachers participating at this level, as we talk about teacher well-being and putting teachers as people first, what you expect that people will walk away from this part of your presentation feeling or knowing or experiencing in terms of change.
Well, first, just referring back to the research, and I'm sure Dr. Johnson would agree when I say that any kind of research in education is very complex. And so we can very rarely prove that something works. But over the years, we used surveys and interviews to collect information from teachers, and we found consistently that, as I said, they thought that they were coping better than before they became involved in the Education in Human Values program. They felt that they were coping better with their heavy workloads, that they were dealing better with the sense of exhaustion, that they were feeling less angry. Of course, we're all human and it's natural to become angry, but they were actually staying angry less. Some of them said that they'd been doubting their sense of mission as teachers, and they felt that that was rekindled, and they found that their personal physical health was better as well. So, of course, these problems didn't just go away, but the teachers did feel that the Education in Human Values tools helped them to be able to cope better. In some cases, in fact, and this links very much to what Dr. Johnson was saying, that because the teachers were reacting more calmly and more peacefully and were looking at their students more positively, in other words, they were putting their hearts back into their teaching. This actually reflected on the students and on the whole classroom and school environment. So in many cases, the student behaviour in the classroom environment became more pleasant.
Absolutely.
So in terms of what I'm hoping that the participants would...
Yes, I wanted to give Dr. Johnson quickly an opportunity to talk briefly about what he expects going forward as we wrap the conversation?
Well, I'm going to be very honest with you. Having been in research and working with a full range of students, both elementary and secondary education teachers, and then clinical staff, and more recently with medical school students. And it's interesting because I just had a phone call with, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who's a physician at a local hospital, and he's a pulmonologist. And I had to remind him that, he got into the business of caring for patients. And I think what my goal is to support the work that Dr. Taplin is doing to get people, give teachers the tools that comes out of the research, for example, that she's been engaged in. But the other aspect of it is to humanize education to the point where teachers get back to themselves and remember why they got into the business of education to begin with. And to really re-energize themselves with an understanding that they do not have to apologize for the reason they got in, that their values matter, and that their connection to kids matter. So when they walk away from the conference, I'm hoping that at the end of the day, they're like, oh, that's why I'm a teacher.
Okay.
And this is the support I got, and these are the tools I got.
Okay, so to refocus exactly why they got in, Dr. Margaret Taplin, thank you so much. Joining us from Australia, we appreciate the time difference, so we thank you for making the time for us. And Dr. John Johnson, joining us from Texas. We look forward to seeing you both here in October between the 12th and the 14th doing this amazing presentation, Teacher Wellbeing, Teachers Are People First. That's all coming up in the conference coming off here in Barbados. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tisha. We look forward to seeing you at the conference too.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy, inspiration, education, music, and more. You get it all when you get MCTV, because MCTV gives you more.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Clark, good to have you with us on this Wednesday's 3 days in to the back to school action. So I know with a lot of people, you are just getting into it. There's lots happening. You're facing all of that traffic. And sometimes that can be very, very stressful, in addition to everything that's happening all around you in your home, in your personal or professional life. So we're here to tell you it's time to take care of yourself. it look like heaven? It's in Walker, St. George, so it is well within your reach. Let's say good morning to Steve Andrews, master therapist with Bamboo Retreat. Good morning. Always wonderful to have you with us.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, Barbados. It's a pleasure being here. It's always a pleasure to come on set. The nice sunlight inside here. It feels refreshing, everything else. So.
Absolutely, and we're trying to channel St. George. I mean, I don't know how we're doing, but we more certainly are trying to channel all that you offer at Bamboo Retreat. As you were looking at the video, you were mentioning that there's so much that has changed.
Yes.
So people will be pleasantly surprised when they come. Let's talk about what rest and relaxation and rejuvenation can do for the body.
Well, rest, rejuvenation, all of those things is well-being. I think that so much of us pay so much attention to everything else. Like I was having a conversation to one of my clients yesterday, and I was saying that we take care of everything. We take care of the house, we take care of the car, we take care of the children, and we totally forget our body. How important it is. Same way that you service your car once every 3 months, every 6 months. It's something that you should do to your body, because the car was built based on the body. If you can break down the body by looking at your car, how the car works, all of the system works similar, the same way in the body. The good thing with the body is very loyal to us, so it will take as much as we can until it get to a point of saying, okay, I'm finished. And then it start rebelling. So these are things that we are trying to help people to understand the importance of really taking care of their body. And I keep saying to my student when I'm teaching, massage actually work. If you understand what we're doing, it's one of the most powerful tools we can have to help the body to really maintain itself. It's just that we have to understand how it works. And my job is really to try to educate Barbadians and everyone the importance, how the body works and what we do, how can we impact the body in the things that we do when we are doing it.
I know people are thinking sometimes that massage might only be for maybe people in sport who might, or maybe someone who has some kind of strain in terms of muscles, or might have had an accident of some sort or something like that. But talk to us then about all of those many benefits that you're kind of insinuating in massage. As I understand it, the body is linked by various areas, and of course you can help to rejuvenate problems or challenges you might be having in certain parts of the body by massaging particular areas.
Well, massage is a cleansing from within. What you're doing, you are help cleansing the body from within. You have an impact. Massage will have an impact on every single organs in the body. It'll have an impact on the lymphatic system. It have an impact on the nervous system. It have an impact on the circulation, the circular system. It have an impact on the muscle. They have an impact on the structure. Is how do you work it to manipulate the different aspect of the body? Is a prevention. It helps to prevent illnesses. It helps to prevent injury, and also is a treatment as well. Is how you look at it. But we want to see it as more prevention. If you understand, they always said sleep. That's why we push so much. You go to the doctor and doctor say, you say 8 hours sleep is so important. The body takes 8 to 12 hours to recycle itself. That's when it's healthy. Meaning everything that you put in your body, it takes 8 to 12 hours. That's why sleep is so important. What massage does, one of the things that happen is like, people go to sleep in a massage, and people don't understand why they go to sleep in a massage. I will be giving you a massage, we having a conversation, then you hear yourself snoring. And that's not logical. It should not happen. But what we are doing is taking your body to a level of relaxation that it helps the automatic nerves to kick in. And when those automatic nerves kicks in, that's when it's really cleansing the body. That's why you can hear yourself snoring in a massage. So when you said, I slept in a massage, is not just sleep, it's really taking the body to a level of relaxation where it's helping the body to flush all of these waste that within it itself. So these are benefits that you get from really having a great massage. So this is just one of the benefits, and we can go on and on. It will take like 10 sessions, an hour or two to really break down what happens when you're having a massage.
Excellent. Let's talk quickly about the location itself, because I would imagine that lends to the atmosphere too. So let's talk about the atmosphere of Walker's Bamboo Retreat in Walker St. George.
Well, we create a space for relaxation. For any time you walk in, you can see it's really about, I also nature is the most healing components of life. And when we take away the natural aspect of life, nature itself, then relaxation becomes not as what you want it to be. Spas was created that is about letting you free in nature. When you go to spa, you go to free your spirit. And you don't want to go and free your spirit in a concrete room. You want to go where nature itself. And we have created a space that will allows you to really relax. So when you come to Walkers, when you come to the Bamboo Retreat, that's what we are all about. It's not just a physical aspect of relaxation. It's mentally, because relaxation is not just physically. It's mentally, emotionally, it's spiritually. All of that is a part of the experience that we are trying to create. I mean, we totally don't have it totally right as yet, but every day we work on it to make sure we can get it where we want it.
And I know that you work to create experiences as well.
Right.
So if people want to experience the Bamboo Retreat with others, that can be facilitated as well.
Yes, because it's really about friends and family and everyone come and just get away from the natural hustles and bustles of life and find a space where you can enjoy with friends. We do like Sparties. Sparty is one of the most popular things where they use a pool, they use a hot tub, sauna, and they have finger food, they get some services. So Sparty is usually a big thing that we do at the Bamboo Retreat. Also, we do like small events. Every day is a birthday at the Bamboo Retreat. There's always someone coming on their birthday. And so we give you the opportunity to bring friends on your birthday, hang around the pool, have a drink, or maybe water. We won't say what else. So the whole idea is for you to come and relax. And that's what we are really pushing, is really a relaxation, a time away from everything else that you can have.
Sounds like a perfect gift. As you talk about the birthdays every day, it sounds like a wonderful gift. I would imagine that you also offer the opportunity for people to give gift certificates to have their loved ones just go relax and rejuvenate.
Yes, we offer. We always, we sell gift certificate every day. You can go online, go to bambooretreat.com, thebambooretreat.com, and you can purchase your gift voucher online as well. You can just purchase what you want, so you don't really have to come to us. So anywhere across the globe you are, you just go online and purchase your gift voucher, and then when that person is ready, they can redeem their gift vouchers as well. So
I absolutely love that. So there's something for everyone. It, of course, is a new concept in just taking care of yourself and having a wonderful experience. This is very important. I think people used to say it's important to stop and smell the flowers. Now they talk about giving people their flowers. Maybe this is a great opportunity for somebody in your life, or it might be you, to take care of yourself for once. Put yourself first before you take care of everybody else, because we get so caught up with work and school and home and taking care of the kids and maybe even the elderly relatives or whomever you have to take care of, that we don't take care of ourselves. So make sure you head out to Bamboo Retreat. Thank you so much, Steve.
It's
always great to have you in the Master Therapist. And of course, Facebook, you can find them at Soothing Touch Spa, and on Instagram as well at Soothing Touch. Telephone 436-9405. The website is thebambooretreat.com.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
98.1 to 1 is more than a station. We don't just play music, we keep your company, cheer you up, keep you informed and entertained. We are a vibe. What do you mean?
Every day we bring the party to you.
We are your #1 party station.
We love playing music for our listeners.
And we
we're committed to working with our clients and advertisers to make sure that you get the attention that you deserve.
98.1 The One, celebrating 18 and still your number one party station.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
17 minutes after 7 on this day, Wednesday. Usually we have the Human Resources Management Association of Barbados coming through. And what we do is we seek to debunk some myths, share some stuff with you. But we kind of have been on a change management journey. We're talking about behavior change, HR, and leadership behavior. We have an HR and leadership behavior change expert. So bringing it all together, joining us again, Shane Ram. Good morning to you, Shane. Always good to have you with us.
Good morning. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So today we want to talk a little bit about how to spot common trauma responses in the workplace, because usually sometimes we hear about, people just going off. I know that means something different here in Barbados. I don't know if it means the same where you are, but sometimes people use that term to refer to maybe someone having a mental breakdown. So they call it going off. But when we talk about going off, maybe somebody is acting out of character or what have you. So how do you spot if it is a trauma response that's happening at that time?
Okay, great question. And if I were to just take 10 seconds to bring us up to speed, because I know this is our second time around on the topic. So someone joining in new, understanding trauma, I think is really important before we jump into that, which is really, trauma is not exactly the thing that happens to you, but what happens inside of you based on the events that you would have experienced. And we have what we call small t trauma and big T trauma, and it's a continuum, meaning that, the look on your mom's face when you do something wrong, for example, being forgotten at school, going through your parents going through a divorce, you going through a divorce, getting terminated from your job, and then you have the other extremes of violence, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, war, and that sort of thing. So to understand quickly that the trauma is a continuum. So when people trip off, so to speak, that's sometimes the word that we use here. It can be a trauma response as well. It could be because we have developed the response. So a response, first of all, is the way the mind and the body reacts to a traumatic or stressful environment. So it's the body's attempt to cope and adapt to the overwhelming stress and distress of a trauma. Okay, so sometimes someone acting out is their best known response of how to react, because at some level we may not see it from the outside because we may not have gone through what that person went through. We may not understand, but that person is literally trying to cope and to survive through the situation. So sometimes people might get defensive, for example. So that's a trauma response, and that's because they probably were were told a lot of negative things about themselves that they're not prepared to deal with. So it's like, okay, I experienced this throughout my childhood with my parents or my teachers, and here I'm in the workplace and I have to go through this again, and I'll probably get defensive. And then you also have, so that's one of the trauma responses, being defensive. As a matter of fact, I was recently asked to do a coaching proposal for a company where that's how they describe this manager. They get very defensive. They don't take responsibility for their work and anything that goes wrong. And again, that's because they would have experienced where being wrong or doing wrong or being perceived as wrong is a negative. It's a bad thing. So they will do everything to prevent that. So that looks like getting defensive. And then probably something similar is what we call the prosecutor. So that's the person that in the office is known as the bully. They will blame and shame and that sort of thing. And that's what we call a reenactment response, meaning that if they would have done something wrong, maybe that's how their parents, their teachers, their caregivers would have responded to them by blaming and shaming. So that's what they learn, and they now come into the workplace and they basically reenact what they would have learned. So those would be some of the, in our terminology, the response of tripping off maybe in an organization within the workplace.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's so much that you've touched on that we really can get into. But when you talk especially about the blaming and shaming, that's something that kind of sticks with me, because as Caribbean people, we know that this truly is learned behavior. And we would hear from school days, parents talk about, if you do something at the school, I'm going to come down there and just make you shame in front of everybody. So that's something that's in us. So what's the alternative? What's the other side of that? If you have an employee who's not living up to their obligations, who's not doing what they should, who might be falling short in certain areas, instead of the blame and shame that you as you call it, what should be the approach to be able to manage the situation?
Yeah, and so I think, when we take what we call a coaching approach, and a coaching approach is one where we ask questions. Coaches basically do two critical things, which is, ask powerful questions and listen well. So knowing the right questions to ask, maybe how were you feeling? How are you feeling in the moment? Because we know that emotions drive behavior, and it's basically an emotional reaction to the stimuli that may be happening at that moment. So asking the right questions, understanding, first of all, I think it's really important to understand that people are doing the best with what they have and what they have experienced. Okay, and if we approach them with that notion in mind, and we know that there is a reason behind every behavior, we don't always have to like it, we don't always have to agree with it, it may not be appropriate in the workplace, but understand that this is a coping mechanism. We go back to auto response. Okay, so how do we move people away from that? And that's a great question. It's about, asking the questions, bringing people in the moment, like, how do you feel now? What is the risk or the fear that you feel happening in the moment? And when you bring people into that moment, they realize that there is nothing really to fear, and also it obviously doesn't happen overnight. We have to learn new responses to how we feel, and that's how people feel, in power. Because there was no parent in school back in those days, sometimes we think that we do it out of love because we want the kids and the people to fall in line, to do the right thing. So because, as you said, culturally, that's how it was done, we now learn that, as you said, it's a learned behavior, and we pass it down because we repeat what we see. So we need a deliberate approach where, we could ask ourselves, well, what are we trying to achieve? Okay, what are we trying to achieve? Are we trying to get the employee to do better? Well, okay, what are the possible approaches we can take to get the employee to do better other than blaming and shaming. What are the alternatives? Okay, and the manager who is, let's say, blaming and shaming, we could explore with them other avenues to get what they want done and achieved, and play around with different alternatives to the blame and shame, and to first understand that blame and shame, questions, again, does it work? Is it getting the desired result? And, most of the times you'll find that the answer is no. But because we don't know an alternative approach, we will continue to use the approach that is inbuilt, that we have learned. So I think what we call a coaching approach, which is to believe in the human potential, believe and understand that they are simply responding to what they have learned. It's an automatic response, and how we could ask powerful questions, because people don't like to be told what to do. We don't need more information. And questions are a great way to stop that thought process and that behavior, because it's science-based. Science would tell us that an object continues in motion until it's given an opposing force. Okay, so just as a thought, just as a way of thinking, we will continue until we are given an opposing thought. And that usually, the best form of that is a question, because the brain and the mind likes to find solutions and respond to questions. So again, a questioning technique is, what are you trying to achieve? Do you think that this approach has been getting the results that you want to get? What are the alternative approaches to getting the behaviors that you want from this employee? What are the negative effects of the blame and shame? Do you feel, what does, when you blame and shame, what does that make you feel? And sometimes it makes people feel powerful. It makes them feel like they are in control, because they would have seen that from the figures in their life who were in control, their primary caregivers, that sort of thing. So that's what they have learned. So I think that coaching approach, and that's why that Manager as a Coach program is an extremely important program to have within organizations, so that we flip from the traditional hierarchical, I'm in charge, I'm in power, blame and shame, because that came out of our colonial system that still stays with us.
All right, I want to thank you so much, Shane Ram. So much to think about, and it's a good thing, but the more we talk, the more questions I have, which means you have to come on back and share more with us. But this certainly is a great conversation starter. There's lots to think about, and I think the major takeaway from it is, just thinking about how you can do that 180 and make a difference in terms of how you relate maybe to subordinates or even your colleagues in what you do. So thank you so much for that on this beautiful Wednesday. We'll see you again. Shane Ram, of course, an HR and leadership behavior change expert, sharing with us through the Human Resources Management Association of Barbados.
Thank you.
And thank you. And we're going to take another break here on Morning Barbados. Coming up, we're talking heritage. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. It's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
It's summer vacation, and CBC TV8 says laugh a little. Your mid-mornings have now included some family-friendly, side-splitting series like The Partridge Family, Benson, and Designing Women. TV not to be missed this vacation. Weekdays from 10 a.m. on CBC TV8. It's Match Day Live from the 246 with host Damian Best. Your all-access pass to the action happening in the BFA Premier League and beyond. Every last Monday of the month on CBC TV.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
29 minutes now before 8 o'clock. You are tuned to Morning Barbados, coming your way live from beautiful sunny Barbados. We are going to be thinking about ways that we can get away from the plants in the studio and take you outside so you can see more of Barbados, particularly for those of you who are outside of the island and tuning in just to see what's happening here. So we're going to tell you now about the Barbados Police Service and Heritage Concert that is coming up. Very, very interesting. It's going to be on Sunday, September 24th. Let's welcome Kevin Farmer, the Executive Secretary of the Codrington Trust, back to Morning Barbados. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. You missed hot Barbados. Good morning.
It's hot all over the world, Kevin. But you are absolutely right. Hot Barbados. And when we think about it, when I walk from the building to the car, I'm already hot.
Oh,
we're definitely experiencing temperatures that we've not seen before. But you have a way to cool us down. We have something to cool us down.
Yep. September 24th, 2 p.m., the grounds of the historic Codrington College. Come and see the Barbados Police Service Band deliver soca and jazz like you've never heard it before. Bring your chairs, your blankets, your umbrellas, obviously. Bring the family. There'll be refreshments on sale, and simply come and enjoy some fantastic music in a wonderful setting, all aimed towards helping these three really historic institutions, the museum, police service band, and Codrington College, raise funds to continue the good work that they do. Looking forward to seeing many Barbadians there. It's going to be a fantastic afternoon. The police service band has said that they are pulling out all the stops, and you literally will be grooving and bopping to the music that they have in store for us.
Absolutely. I'm really happy that you made the connection with the three institutions. So much historical value that we can talk about. Let's start, first of all, talking about the location and what it means to be at that location, even as you enjoy the beautiful sounds of the Barbados Police Service Band.
Oh, yeah. That location has just celebrated its 278th year. It is a place, yes, historically of trauma, but a place also that of learning and really a bit of reconciliation as well. And fantastic view of the East Coast. Remember that where Codrington College is located sits and overlooks the only safe anchorage on the entire East Coast of Barbados at Concert Bay. So that is going to be your backdrop. So it's an utterly fantastic venue, and one that Barbadians for generations have enjoyed. And I look forward to younger Barbadians, middle-aged Barbadians and older Barbadians coming back and enjoying it with us all over again, but in a different way. Persons would have visited to see the college, but now you're seeing the college almost as a backdrop to a fantastic musical performance by what is perhaps the premier, not only big band in Barbados, but premier big band in the region in the police service band.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you mentioned that, pardon me, intergenerational conversation. That's very important when we talk about heritage and being able to share beautiful heritage sites with new generations of Barbadians as well. And this is the premier event, if only because it is being dubbed a family occasion. So it's something for the entire family to do, to come out and enjoy. So that in and of itself is quite significant. I know the Barbados Police Service is also celebrating. They're up there in the numbers as well. So they too
Yeah, they're
have
about
a big celebration.
135 years old, around there. They're up there. In fact, the museum is the baby. The museum's only 90. We've got so much farther to go compared to our other two partners in this.
Okay.
One approaching 300 and one getting close to 150 in a way. But no, it's going to be a fantastic concert. I want to say that it's not expensive. Adults, $40. Children, $25. You can go to TicketPal to get your ticket. Or the normal places you go, CS Pharmacy, Nation on Fontebelle, Starcom, New Look, Company, Empowered, Tres Classe Boutique in Sheraton Mall. So the traditional places that you go to get your tickets for your shows, you can go and get your tickets for the concert. And of course, all of this could only be possible with our sponsors. The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Corporators General Insurance Company Limited, the Barbados Light and Power, Signia Globe Finance, the National Cultural Foundation. So I look forward to seeing you on the 24th. That early Sunday. So have early Sunday lunch, rest for a little bit, and come out to the college and really have a fantastic time. Look forward to seeing you.
I know you're creating opportunities in other ways for Barbadians as well, because people can come out to get some stall space too.
Yes, people can come out to get some stall space. And in fact, if you have that interest, let me give you a number to call. It's 231-8219. That is the Codrington Estates Development Company Limited, who are overseeing the vendors and for the stall space. So if you think that you have a fantastic product that you want Barbadians to purchase, whether it's food or souvenirs or handcrafted items, please call CDCL and come out and let Barbadians purchase from you. So it's an opportunity for everyone.
Absolutely. And when we talk about the sprawling space, you don't have to worry about the little ones being able to move around. Bring your blanket, as you mentioned, bring your chairs, and just enjoy the space. We don't do that often enough. Enjoy the space. Now, when I think about enjoying the spaces, the beautiful spaces across Barbados, then of course I have to think about the music, Caribbean music and jazz. What's behind that?
Yes. What's behind that? As you know, this is the second in the concert series. So we started off with classical music at the museum. And we said, okay, well, at Codrington College, which is both Barbadian and West Indian, what are the music we should play? We should play our music. And Calypso and Soca is our music. But we must also play the music that we've contributed a lot to, and that is the musical genre of jazz. We couldn't play hip hop. Maybe we'll do that next year because we've also contributed to the creation of that music. But for us, jazz and soca, if you could think of Lead Pipe and Sadas and how their song was taken by Arturo and turned into a jazz song, it was almost seamless. So there's that real musical connection between those two genres. And we'll be looking to explore that on Sunday and take you on that journey with us.
All right, so Sunday, September 24th. Now, tickets are available at Ticket Nation and the box offices that Kevin mentioned.
Yes.
Adults, just $40. Children, $25. Now, let's break this down. Is this for children of a certain age? I know people will want to know.
I'll say no. I'll say if you're accustomed taking your child out to a fair or some other type of church event or school event, then you can bring your child to our jazz and soca event, because this is entirely a family event.
Okay, wonderful. I want to thank you so much for sharing with us. It's a bring the entire family event.
Yes.
As I mentioned, adults $40, children $25. You can call about vendor space. It's still an option. Spaces are still available. And you can go to info@barbmuse.org.bb for more information as well. I have my specific pieces that I'd like to hear. I don't know if there's room for suggestion. Knowing the Barbados Police Service Band, I know that they're they're
Well, you
they're
never know.
already
You
in
can
steady
always make
rehearsal.
you can always make a suggestion and see what the band leader says. All things are
Yeah.
possible.
It's true. These days, when we talk about Caribbean music, I am so
Yes.
into Stalin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very into
definitely.
Stalin.
Definitely.
So I definitely look forward to that. It's a Sunday afternoon. We know what Sunday afternoons mean to Barbadians. So you have your
Yes.
lunch, but then you come out and you relax and you enjoy with the family. Definitely a wonderful time to be had by all. And institutions all celebrating. Heading for 90 for the Barbados Museum, 150 almost for the, who's that? 150
Police Service
almost?
Band.
Barbados Police Service
Well,
Band.
they're about 138 years old, and Codrington
heading for
College is
300.
278. Heading for 300.
Oh, that's wonderful stuff. I want to thank you for coming in and sharing with us. It's going to be a delightful evening featuring live jazz and Caribbean music performed by the Barbados Police Service Big Band at the Codrington College Society in St. John. And don't forget, it's a family affair, so you can bring everyone out. Delicious food and refreshing drink will be available. Kevin also mentioned there's opportunity for craft people to come and share as well, making it a true Bajan do-down.
Definitely. On a Sunday evening. So come out, enjoy. Look forward to having you there.
All right, take care. You have a good one. Remember, guys, it is on the 24th. So it's Sunday 24th. That's coming up this Sunday, all right? This Sunday. Today is the 20th. So you don't have much time. Make sure you get your tickets. This is going to be amazing. Of course, thanks to the sponsors who have helped to make this possible as well. Go online and find out more. Time for another break. It's just about 17 minutes to go in today's presentation. Stay with me.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Halfway through the week, you know what that means. It's time for a little game that we love to call Unscramble. So all you have to do is call me up on 228-5562 or 228-5563 and unscramble the word. I am told that Pearson was quite the taskmaster when it came to unscramble, and he was stealth and quick, and he tried to trick people as well when they came through. All right, so what I want you to bear in mind is the fact that it is so warm in Barbados these days. There's a lot going on. So what do you think that is? 2 words. Can you unscramble this? 2 words. And of course, we're talking about how hot it is around the place. and what you can do to make things better. I'm giving you clues, people. I'm going to make sure that it's easy for you to get this right, especially the little ones. You know, they've gone off or are heading back out to school, getting ready to go off. For those who are going to school, schools that are close in the neighborhood, don't necessarily have to leave us yet. So let's see, get those brains moving before you move off and think about what these two words can be. Can I give you any other clues? I don't think I need to. This one is pretty easy. Yeah, if you look at it. All right, let's take a phone call and see if someone knows exactly what it is. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Barbados. Can you unscramble this?
Good morning. Of course I can.
All right. First of all, where are you calling me from?
St. Philip.
St. Philip? Are you going to tell me where in St. Philip?
Marchfield.
Marchfield. All right, not too far from me. Marchfield is in the house. All right. Can you unscramble what's there on the screen?
Blistering heat.
You said it like, of course, we have it covered. It is blistering heat.
Yeah.
Are you feeling the heat in St. Philip? Usually people say in St. Philip it's nice and breezy and they don't have to worry about that. But are you feeling the blistering heat in Marchfield?
It's not that hot today. But yesterday and the other days,
Yes, absolutely. So how are you working to beat the heat?
Hydrating.
You're hydrating and staying from the outdoors. Have you gone to the beach or anything like that since it's been so hot?
Yes, please.
All right. So there's an argument out there. I think it was one of my sisters who said, what's the sense in going to the beach? Because, you know, it's all the heat out there. It's not going to cool you down. So what do you think?
The beach is nice.
All right. So that helps to cool the heat down?
Somewhat, yeah.
All right, good stuff. Thanks for calling in. It is blistering heat all across Barbados and all across the world. Thank you so much. Have a great day today. All right, I have another word for you, and I might have given you a clue, unwittingly so. However, you should get in there and try to do this one. How about that? Can you unscramble this? It would be great for me to hear from someone who's gone back out to school, and it's 3 days in. This is the third day to hear about how things are going now. But anybody can call us, 228-5562 or 228-5563, and unscramble this. It's that simple. This one is super duper easy. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you doing? I can't hear the person. Let's try that again. Hello?
Good morning.
I think you're maybe going out on air. I just can't hear you for some reason. So can you unscramble this?
Yes, please.
All right. So where are you calling me from first?
St. Philip.
All right then. I mean, like, St. Philip has taken over today. How about that? Where are you calling from in St. Philip?
Marchfield. I'm the same person.
You call back?
I'm just wrong. Yeah.
Here I am thinking there are two people calling me from Marchfield. I'm like, the entire neighborhood is watching Morning Barbados. Or maybe you should turn up your television so that the neighbors can hear. Like Bob Marley said, I want to disturb my neighbors. No, don't do that. No, don't. I'm just kidding. All right. So go ahead. I know you can unscramble that. You sound like if you know the answer already. So go right ahead. And we talked about it too.
Yes, beach day.
It's a beach day. And you already told me that you have a beach day, that you had a beach day before. Maybe you're heading out. So you're not one of these Barbadians who says, I've not been to the beach in 15 years.
No, I'm not.
You go often?
Not really.
But so you are one of these Bajans who doesn't go to the beach often. What we do is drive by and we take all this beautiful scenery and all we have here for granted. So make sure you go out to the beach a lot more, says Tisha. I don't think that I went to the beach for the entire summer. Which is
I think I went 3 or 4 times.
You went 3 or 4 times? So you've beat me. All right, Miss Marchfield. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, hopefully someone from some other parish in some other neighborhood is going to get through. But Marchfield, they have us on speed dial. All right, so let's go back to the phone line and see if you can unscramble this. Remember, we're talking all about the outdoors. Think outdoors. Yeah, for this particular one. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like pastime, which might have a little something to do with the outdoors, if you think about it. But the answer is not pastime. So think about how you can flip it around and unscramble this word and get it correct. Again, your call digits are simple, 228-5562 or 228-5563. And see if you can unscramble this word. Again, another clue, it has to do with the great outdoors. Yeah, think about it and you'll get it. And for those people who enjoy summer, like the Cub Scouts and the Brownies, who go out, the cadets perhaps, they go out, and this might be something that's related to what they do and what they enjoy and holidays. Yeah, we'll do it. It's kind of two words that become one if you think about it. Easy way to unscramble it. So come on in and let me know exactly what you think this is. P-A-S-T-I-M-E-C. So an extra letter on there, but for a good reason in order for you to be able to check it out. I also want to hear from you guys how you've been doing for the past 2 days. I know that we've been seeing in the news that, you know, there's been a little bit of confusion with the teachers, so we can talk about that in coming shows. Someone is on the phone line though. Good morning, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right.
All right, good stuff. Did I give good enough clues for you to be able to unscramble this word?
I hope so.
You sound like you know what's going on, so go ahead and tell us if you know.
Okay, I think this is campsite.
It is campsite. What gave it away?
Well, when you mentioned the pub scouts, etc.
I knew that would happen. Are you in Marchfield too?
No, I'm in St. Michael.
Where in St. Michael?
Hinesbury Road, St. Michael.
All right, so big hail to everybody in Hinesbury Road in St. Michael. You're getting ready to head out to work, or are you sticking around home today, getting the children off to school? What's the plan?
Oh, I'm getting ready for work.
All right, you're going to face that traffic, huh?
Yes.
And the blistering heat. So be careful. Make sure you hydrate then a lot. Thank you so much for viewing Morning Barbados. Have a great day today.
Same to you. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Hinesbury Road in the house. All right, let's go again. This one is so easy. Can I answer, please? Yeah. Call me up and tell me somewhere else that we would love. Well, I don't think there's one in Barbados, or there might be one. Yeah, if you drive along the, I almost said Spring Garden Highway, Mighty Griner Highway. Who remembers that's the name? Like, that's kind of like the LESC. People still say Sherborne, and the schools, they still say, oh, I go to school at Frederick Smith. The children, but all the old people still say the old names. Oh, St. James? Yeah, but that happens. We know how it is. All right, so can you unscramble this? Again, we are thinking about how warm it is outside and something that would be a wonderful option. So let's go to the phone line. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
All right, what's your name?
Haley.
Hi, Haley. Where are you calling me from?
Regency Park, Christchurch.
Regency Park. So you're my neighbor. Howdy, neighbor, just downhill here. And where do you go to school?
Luther Thorne.
Luther Thorne. Good stuff. Tell me why Luther Thorne is the best school in Barbados.
Because they have nice people. They got a lot of hours.
Oh, that's beautiful. Are you in class 2?
Class 3.
Class 4?
Class 3.
Class 3. I was close, but I was guessing based on how you sound. You have a very youthful voice. And how has school been going for you?
Good.
All right, you have new teachers, new classmates, so
Yes,
you're
please.
enjoying it. Yes?
Yes, please.
All right, thank you for entertaining me, Haley. All right, now, can you unscramble this?
Yes, please.
Tell me.
Water park.
It is water park. Can you think of a water park in Barbados?
Rascals.
Rascals. It's true. Yeah, that's why I said along the Mighty Griner Highway. Have you ever been? It looks so exciting to be able to try all of those obstacles out in the middle of the sea, right? So maybe you can get mommy to take you, mom and dad, one these days, Haley, okay?
I went.
You went already? Did you
Yes,
do the
please.
obstacles?
Yes, please.
All right, good stuff. Have a great day at school today, okay?
Yes, please.
Oh, the beautiful Haley is heading off to Luther Thorne, not too far away, next door here in Regency. Good morning to Haley's parents as well. So that's it for Unscramble It. We're going to take a break and come back and wrap today's presentation. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Enjoy movies, soaps, drama, comedy, inspiration, education, music, and more. You get it all when you get MCTV, because MCTV gives you more.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
98.1 to 1 is more than a station. We don't just play music, we keep you company, cheer you up, keep you informed and entertained. We are a vibe. What do you mean?
Every day we bring the party to you.
We are your #1 party station.
We love playing music for our listeners.
And we're committed to working with our clients and advertisers to make sure that you get the attention that you deserve.
98.1 The One. Celebrating 18 and still your #1 party station.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
It's summer vacation, and CBC TV8 says laugh a little. Your mid-mornings have now included some family-friendly, side-splitting series like The Partridge Family, Benson, and Designing Women. TV not to be missed this vacation. Weekdays from 10 a.m. on CBC TV8.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, so that's it from us for today. London is where you'll find the guys from Q, Jaquil Lewis, DJ Scotty, Soca Sniper, and Wayne Dibby Rollins. Q is going to be live there at Wembley, a very interesting spot. They're going to be in Wembley. So if you are in Wembley or you know someone close, make sure they come out to the Q dance. That is where we will be this weekend for Q in the Community. Remember to wear your smiles today and do something nice for somebody else, all right? On behalf of the entire team from here at Morning Barbados, have a great day today. See you, God willing, tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.